Hi guys, welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right, I'm a free to play player and I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. And today, guys, you are going down the rabbit hole with me because yes, I tried to trim this down as small as I possibly could, but it took over 2 hours of footage and it got down to about an hour of me and my madness of trying to clear content. And this one's going to focus on the catalyst of changes. This is the one that I struggled on the most, but I was determined to clear it. Now, before we jump on into it, let me set the scene. As I was collecting data for all the challenges to give to my followers of my channel and my Discord, I came across this combination saying that it was clearable at 362,000 CP. And I thought it was strange because the highest recommended character is Electro in this combination, and the reporting on that one is actually higher than 362. So I found this one very curious, but it's also, I had access to all these characters. They were all farmable for me, and 3 of the 5 were already pretty much built up. The 2 that weren't were Negasonic and Crystal. Crystal was somewhat built, but I figured she was at level 60. I figured I'd put a few more levels into her and use her in this challenge and try to balance out the Black Bolt and Humans team I have. And Negasonic, well, I already have to build the X-Force to unlock Doc Ock in the upcoming months, so I figured might as well get a head start and upgrade Negasonic. It didn't really hurt me in my free-to-play resource management type of game that I play. So I dove into this one, and boy, was it a doozy. And you guys are going to get a true look at the drive that I have at clearing content as a free-to-play player and a resource-efficient player. I am going to include a timestamp for anyone who just wants to jump to the end, but I am warning you right now, if you think jumping to the end is going to give you all the answers, it will not. I can promise you this challenge is much more complicated than what you see the end result. You cannot duplicate me and expect to have the exact same results. And watching this video from beginning to end will open your eyes to that's just not the reality of this challenge. So without further ado, if you guys are ready for it, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright guys, we're going to begin jumping into the Catalyst Change Challenge. Here on the first screen, you're going to be able to see my team collection power a little bit better than that reported clearing that the one person reported clearing it at with those characters. One, guys, I'm going to apologize for the quality of the video. I'm literally doing a recording on top of recording, so the quality may be a little on the downside. So the other thing that I have to warn you guys about is I don't know in what order that I remembered, like the order that I remember, like, okay, don't do this kind of thing. Now, I do remember some tips from watching some other content creators. One of the tips was don't do any of the AoE moves. And the second tip, and that was pretty much it. I don't remember any other tips outside that, but I remember not doing any AoE moves. So the rest of this I kind of learned on my own as I went through it. One of the first things that I really experienced was Blob with his offense ups are a problem. I don't know if I found a solution for that right away or if it's something that I came to the conclusion of, but you can see me right there. I use Black Bolt's basic instead of his special as a trying to attempt to erase those buffs, the offense up buffs. Negasonic not doing her AoEs, doing her one hits. And the main reason why you don't want to do AoEs because there is retaliation damage from the blobs. Doing AoE, there's a chance you could proc both of them to respawn or one of them. If you just do one shot, then it's supposed to be 50-50, but it feels more often than not it happens. There, Falcon goes down, so obviously I have to quit. One failed attempt. Let's move to the next one. Actually, before I move to the next one, looks like I'm going to go dive in and put some ISOs on these guys. You can see I had Falcon as a level 2 healer. I'm going to change that up to Fortifier to see if I can give him a little bit more sustain. Maybe he can tank a hit or two, because that's mainly the problem. I believe at this point Falcon is the weakest member of my team. And like I said, you guys are going to see the progression of me getting more and more aggressive to clear this over time. There is over 2 hours of footage that, guys, I am breaking down into hopefully as close to 20 minutes as I can get it. Can't promise anything as I just started recording over top of this footage, so who knows. So there's the level 2 Fortifier. Yes, you guys can see me with a bunch of ions. I strategically am not putting them on every character right now. I'm kind of putting them on as needed. And for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go any further than that. If you guys want me to do a video about how, as a free-to-play player and resource-efficient player that I am, how I handle them, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to do a separate video. You can see right now I'm going to put Skirmisher on Negasonic. Not a recommended ISO for her, but I need someone to mark targets for Black Bolt so he can double tap and try to get rid of those offense ups on the blobs. So yes, it does hurt to waste some resources like this, but sometimes it's necessary if you're someone who really drives to clear content. All right, loading in. Let's see what I do this time. All right, so this toad move here, the opening up one, is not that bad to open up. There is a situation later on that I want to warn you guys about, and I'll get there when we see it. Falcon, you're going to see me flip back and forth a little bit between using his special or his basic on his opening turn. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I do recommend doing his special, but obviously I do some experimenting through all these failed attacks. There we go, get the Skirmisher, get the mark on blob. Gonna get a double tap on this blob because I got him marked. The first hit did nothing. Second hit cleared some buffs, but did not touch that offense up, which is a shame. You do not want those blobs with offense up. Negasonic. Gonna hit again, get another marked target. Alright, try to give myself some buffs. Doesn't really help out that much. To be honest, not saying it doesn't help out at all, it just doesn't seem like it helps out that much against these targets, because you really need someone to apply offense down, which why Electro is such a big not really call a requirement, but why you see a lot of people talk about needing Electro for these nodes. But yeah, right there you go. So that's the splash right there. That's the move, and both blobs are going to do it back to back. Now the other one has a slow, so you didn't see it from right away, but that's the devastating move right there, and you need your characters to be able to survive that. And if they have offense up, there's a chance that they're all not surviving that. All right, let's say I'm going again with no improvement to my characters. Let's go. Downloading, I don't know if I'm going to show you guys every single individual failed attack. Obviously, it's going to be depending if there's something useful out of that attack or not that I could talk about. So you guys may just see a counter from the corner for some of these attacks in the future. Got the speed up, sticking to the plan. And that speed up is very important. I didn't talk about the reason why you want to do that, but the reason why you want to do that is because that speed up gives your characters more turns to set up and do something, especially trying to get the offense up off the blobs before they do that big AoE attack, or splash damage attack I should call it. The other characters, like you see, War Machine won't do much damage, Killmonger will not do much damage, and Shield Security really won't do much damage either, neither will Groot. So you'll be able to tank all those hits from those characters. It's the blobs and the toads that will hurt you. This is a big mistake. Watch, okay, did a big AoE, and you're gonna see, I got lucky that no one responded. You can see I pressed my luck to do it again, and Crystal gets hit by one blob. She gets hit by two blobs. She does tank it. It does heal up because she has that passive, which you will take full advantage of, trust me. Ultron looks like he's gonna go for, you can tell I'm doing some experimenting here. You probably don't really want to do that, but you probably want to do the basic into the blob with the offense up, and chances, fingers crossed, that it comes off of him. Doesn't work. I found that Ultron doesn't seem to have the ability to remove. Like, I'm going to try it here. Boom, he resisted it. So I found that he has struggles there. Now, Negasonic's already down, so obviously I'm pressing my luck here, and I know I do an experiment here. You guys see, look, there's the other blob AoE. Now, this other toad dropping is a problem, because he starts with that turn one move, which actually, one, is devastating enough because he's going to knock much of my characters out, but number two, it's devastating because he can remove a positive buff on characters don't know about. So he doesn't hit Black Bolt here, but if he would hit Black Bolt in this move, it would have took away his offense up, which would have been a problem. But I'm going to hit the AoE, just kind of experiment to see what kind of damage I can do. Obviously, some characters had deflects and defense ups, but it was kind of a test. You're going to see me quit out here in a second. All right, I went right back in with no upgrades, which is something you guys are going to see, the progression of me getting more and more gear to clear this in the future. So obviously I'm going to keep giving it tries, keep experimenting, see what works, what doesn't work. Obviously every failed attack, I think nothing's working. And there you can see I went with Falcon's basic to start, got lucky, no retaliation damage. Trying to see if I can survive the team turn 2 to get things moving faster, and then hopefully I can go straight into Black Bolt's ultimate without the blobs retaliating. which I'm going to find out that it just doesn't work. And I wish this was the last time I tried that, but it's not, unfortunately. It seemed good plan in my head, but ultimately it doesn't work out because his blob's AoEs will hit before Black Bolt gets a chance to do his AoE. No matter the order you go, it's going to happen that way. Alright, looks like I got the offense down. Yes. Looks like I had the offense up, down on one of the blobs. The other blob still has it. It doesn't look like Negasonic's still standing. And you can see Negasonic's already gone. Now I'm going to do the speed up. But I believe you guys are going to see my point if I don't quit out here, that the blobs are still getting their AoE off. That my plan just doesn't work. Switching targets. Good plan. Got the offense up off the blobs. Now I found out that the two blobs, their stats are different. They'll act differently too. One of them's easier to remove stuff off of or apply stuff, and the other one's more difficult. They don't seem to be even. It seems like I can't remember which one, but I hope you guys noticed throughout the footage that one of them seemed to be easier to clear off of than the other one. Ultimately, this round is going pretty smoothly, other than the fact that Negasonic's already out. Getting more bots on the field, and she could get the AoE from Black Bolt. Yeah, see, that's more ideal right there. It's just unfortunate Negasonic's not on the field at this point. And then let's get the two toads. Now, I didn't really know at this point that the first toad does that big, you know, chain to 4 targets kind of damage. Other than that, I probably would have went after. I do go after him. For some reason, I didn't think I went after him in that one. Yeah, he's the one you really want to get down before he can really. Now I'm not afraid of retaliation damage. I'm doing the AoEs. Oh, did not get that toad down. He's going to do some damage. You see, remove the buff from Crystal. This should be it. Oh, that deflect did hold off. Now after this win, I had some hope that I could do it with all 5, but that hope gets crushed pretty quickly here in the future. Because ultimately, it's just difficult for me to keep Crystal, Falcon, and Negasonic alive. I can probably keep 2 of the 3 given the RNG, but I still have struggles with that one. Alright, so Negasonic went down, so now I'm looking at what I can do for Negasonic to improve her. Alright guys, now you're seeing me read over her special. So what I really like about her special, I'm probably going to go back to it here in a second, is that it clears 3 positive effects, but when I T4 it, it says clear all positive effects from each target. Now unfortunately I learned that this is not 100%, that a character can resist this as I come to learn, but I T4 it anyways because it sounds like something to help me get offensive ups off of blobs. And then I'm going back in here thinking about applying more ISOs. And it looks like I'm going to bite the bullet and put level 4 on Negasonic just to give her more health and more stats overall because I don't want her to go down. You guys are going to see me do this a lot with these characters where if one of them goes down, then that's the character I think I need to invest in. And going back, yes, I know I'm going to get a comment about how many T4s I have. Guys, this is part of like me being resource management efficient. Like trying, if I don't need a tune to clear content, then the most valuable resources, I won't invest in them. And that's kind of how I handle everything. And I know that's not the most popular choice out there, but as someone who's free to play that has to be resource efficient and needs those resources available when it comes to trying to finish off a piece of content, I find that most valuable to my gameplay. So here we go, spending more, getting everything up. And even though the level 3 also can clear 1 positive effect, so I try to do as much as I can to get those positive effects off blob. As I said, it's really wasteful to put Skirmisher on Negasonic, but for this challenge, I found that it was a thing that I had to do. My CP is a little bit greater now. I'm at 377. And since I told you guys this video goes for a long time, you guys can already guarantee the results. So let's see if there's anything valuable in it. All right. And now you can see that Negasonic's there. Let's see if her boosted ability do anything for me. So we're going to pay attention to her specifically in this run. Falcon, I start with his basic bad move. Going to get hit by Blob. He does get the block, but That slow is going to hurt because now I'm depending on him to do that speed up on his turn 2, and it's going to be a while because he has slow now. All right, Negasonic first turn. I'm going to do our basic. Let's see if we can get a positive effect off. Doesn't look like one came off. There's Black Bolt's double tap. He still has a taunt, which kind of, that's actually pretty bad. The offensive up came down, but the taunt's still there. So that actually does not work in my favor because now I want to move to the next blob to try to get his offense up off, and I can't. I'm going to try to get rid of the taunt. He resists it. The taunt doesn't come off, so unfortunately I'm still stuck with that blob. And there goes that big splash damage move, which Falcon cannot tank. And the other blob goes, hitting Ultron and Negasonic. Now you see me here, I'm going to try to do this move to clear all positive effects, and you can see the other blob's effects did not disappear. So even though that T4 said it clears all positive effects, it didn't. I don't know, I have to keep an eye on that because it might not be for splash damage. I kind of just assumed that anyone it hit it would erase from, but maybe only the main target. I'll have to keep track of that as we move forward here. Because obviously I can't go back and look at it now because I'm trying to record over the recording. Oh, weird stuff. Let's go. Come on, Ultron, revive yourself. Let's get going. I don't know if I see this one the whole way through the end or not. I don't know how long Negasonic's going to hold on for. Like I said, Killmonger, War Machine, and the rest of them do not do much damage. It's all Toad and blobs in this node. Once again, that skirmisher tag does not remove a positive effect. And that's it. Alright guys, what you're about to see here is a step into my madness. Now, Negasonic's not tanking hits, Crystal's not tanking hits, and Falcon's not taking hits. So you guys are gonna see me, I'm going to the Red Star store and looking to see if I can get some red stars on these characters. Once again, because this shows you like my method to my madness is being free to play to clear content. I save my resources to clear content. And you can see I'm not getting any luck on the refreshes, so you know I'm kind of out of luck, so I need to move on. Going back to Falcon, looks like I'm thinking about adding more levels of Fortifier on him. And here we go, biting the bullet to level 4 again. Yes, this is my madness, guys. And there we go, adding up to level 4 Fortifier on Falcon. Hopefully now he can tank some of those blob hits. I don't want to give anything away, but hopefully he does. Alright, I'm at the 379, let's go. Alright, we're in. So 1, we want to see if Falcon can tank some hits. 2, we want to see how Negasonic's actual special actually works. As I don't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not checking it while I'm making this video. Alright, so let's go. Trying to get those deflects off of blobs, but unfortunately they just get deflects every person's turn, so they just stack. Gonna get that marked on blobs so Black Bolt can hopefully clear that offense up. One tap, alright, offense up is already gone, hopefully we can clear the taunt. Got the taunt cleared, good. This is a good scenario where we can now move on to the second blob. We just need all of our people not to fall down. Trying to steal it, nope, cannot. And there goes the double AoE, and 2 of my most important characters are out. That's it, moving on. Alright, you can see me now mess with some placements. You're going to see me do this a couple times as I'm trying to get characters that seem to fall down easy away from each other. So since Falcon and Crystal went down that one, I figured, oh, let me separate them and maybe I can get some luck. And this is not the last time you guys are going to see me mess with the position of the characters and what order they're in, as yeah, I'm going to keep messing with it here in the future. Anyways, go for that. Still going for his basic. Like I said, I know that's a mistake now going through it so many times, but you gotta learn, right? You gotta make mistakes to learn, guys. Alright, Negasonic, come on. Skirmisher, get through there. No, we got the mark though. Okay, double tap from Black Bolt, and the offense up is gone. But he still has a taunt, which is not a good sign. And I'm quitting already because I think Falcon went down. All this footage you guys are seeing is over a week old at this point, so it's why some of my memory's a little cloudy of like what order things happen in. Ultimately, I know what the end result was, but whew. All right, did his basic again. I don't know when I learned my lesson on that, but I mean, like I said, I remember flip-flopping. Because my mindset is like, well, on the second turn, I get, see, he's got the slow already, which is going to hurt. But my mindset is like, oh, on the second turn, I do the speed up and boom, maybe Black Bolt can beat the blobs to their AoE, and that's not a thing. It's not going to happen that way. But for some reason, I can't get in my head. We got the tap once, we're going to get the double tap, and the offense up is still up. So, yeah, not going in my favor. This one's not going to go well. I probably would advise probably quitting right there because it's not going to go in your favor, but you can see I'm stubborn. And also I'm still trying to learn, so the best way to learn is just battle through it and see what happens. Now finally got the AoE on a character I actually wanted the AoE on, Ultron. Unfortunately he's going to get it again. And in a rare case my Ultron is out. And I know it's over, there's the quit. Alright, trying it again. Let's see if I learned my lesson with the first move from Falcon. Yeah, I hate when Toad starts on the end because you know all 4 characters are getting hit. And nope, lesson not learned. The reason why I'm so stuck on the move because I know it does extra damage for as many buffs that are on a character, but it's not the smart play. I just can't get away from it for some reason. Crystal gets the slow, but gets that regeneration, clears the slow on herself. Get the bots up. And I was about ready to write them and say, why are you guys taking the game down when I'm about ready to win, and see if they give me the 3 stars on the Catalyst Change Challenge. In all seriousness, I was actually doing this on patch day. For some reason, I didn't even think about them taking the game down when I started recording. So the next slide you guys see will be me after the game came back up. Alright guys, so the game is back up after patch maintenance. So yes, this is the day that the newest patch went in. So you guys can see like this footage is over a week old at this point. What you guys didn't see on camera is Negasonic was only a 3 red star character to me. I literally applied up to a 5 red on Negasonic. Falcon is the other character that you guys are going to see me going fishing for in red stars because I need to help his survivability. And I can't remember if I bought for Crystal or not. I'm hoping that if so, there's footage of that, but I know what I'm searching for is Falcon. And you guys can see right now, because of the game patch reset, it refreshed all the stores, which allowed me to do this again in one day. I do not have any luck here. I can already tell right now because I end up upgrading Falcon to 4 red in between Wednesday and Saturday when the Catalyst Change challenges show up. Falcon did show up in the store, and that's when I did get another red star of his. I believe I stopped him at 4. If that changes, I'll be sure to point that out, but I'm pretty sure that's where that is. Alright, so after the break, jumping back into it, hopefully get a good start like I did that last run before they took it down for system maintenance. The other thing that I want to point out before this moves on real fast, you guys can see what ISOs I have on these characters so far. I now have Fortifier on Falcon, Skirmisher on Negasonic, Striker on Black Bolt, Raider on Crystal, and Healer on Ultron. So that's where they're at currently. I can tell you right now, this will not be the last version of their ISOs before I clear it. But I thought it was important to pick out before you guys start seeing changes. But yeah, just want to show you guys the progression, to show you guys the madness behind my theory. Without further ado, Link, keep playing. We are in, kicking the speed up a little bit. I played it on just 2 instead of 3, just so I could see details a little bit better, because sometimes 3 moves too fast. I mean, just watching it back in 2, it feels like it moves too fast. Still over with that basic. I didn't think I stuck with that basic that long, but watching it over and over again is driving me nuts. Crystal already healed herself, which means that that's the last heal she's going to get for free. All right, got the mark, but still no pot. Like I said, that skirmisher just doesn't seem like, I mean, granted, I don't think Negasonic has great focus to begin with, but it really would be nice if she would just hit and clear a positive effect every now and again. All right, so unfortunately, that blob no longer has offense up, but still has a taunt. So that's a bad thing. Like, that's one thing you're hoping you can avoid. He does have defense up, so I think I'd go with the ult instead of just going for the basic and hoping that I can remove the taunt. Oh, they're going after my weaker characters, which is something I don't want. I want them to attack like Black Bolt over and over again. And he targeted Falcon. Falcon's down. There goes the quit. Let's move on. Alright, obviously I felt like I just had some bad RNG that last run because no changes back in. Now this node, guys, I want to make it perfectly clear. You are going to need some good RNG in some of these tries to be able to clear this without over investing. Even in my last run, I had to have the right RNG that they didn't target like my weakest character over and over again. So that it has to be a realistic expectation you go into this with, that you do need some RNG to go your way. Like, you need the RNG to go your way to clear these offense ups on blobs, so when he does his splash damage move, he's not knocking out your characters. And Electro, if you guys want to invest in Electro, put Electro in instead of Negasonic is the ultimate way, because she just puts offense down on everybody, which nullifies his offense up. Another scenario where the blob that had taunt no longer had offense up, and the blob that I needed to get the offense up down on didn't, was protected by the taunt. So there we go. Negasonic's down. Ultra revives himself. Let's quit and move on. Alright, now I'm flopping some characters around because Crystal went down that last one, not Negasonic. So I'm flipping them again. Like I said, I'm going to make changes over and over again. I know what the final placement was, so I know that's not the last time you guys are going to see me do some flops around. There you go, that Toad starting on the end again. Lucky he didn't hit Falcon first. I went with that basic. Every time I see me do that basic, I cringe. Looks like Crystal got him marked on her own, so I didn't really need Negasonic to mark. So that, like, that Raider tag, yeah, I'm pretty sure I changed that before it's all said and done, because I don't really need two people marking the same target. Once again, offense up is down off of him, but he's got that defense up with taunt. And the other blob just did his AoE, so Crystal, of course, he targeted Crystal and Falcon. Not much survivability there. I don't know if they automatically set the target, like certain characters or percentage tries, like, and I don't know if he always has the highest percentage chance, but it always seems like they go after him. No mercy, I'm going in again. I believe I already spent like all my resources for the day. Like, Emma's event obviously was going on during this time period, and once I max out like the amount of gold that I spend a day in that milestone, I cut off from there. So obviously it seems like I'm not able to invest in anything level wise or anything like that, because anything that I've been invested in so far has been like ions or trying to hunt down gold star or red stars. Toad. And there he only targeted Crystal and Falcon. It's always nice when he starts like somewhere close to the end and goes the opposite way. And he targeted Ultron 2 times in a row, getting rid of Negasonic. Alright, going with some more replacement flips. I'm putting the 3 more squishier characters on the end, the other 2 on the other side, hoping that they target Ultron again as an RNG. Does it work out in my favor? I'm pretty sure you guys can guess the answer to that one. I was looking at that barrier on Negasonic and Falcon and realized it does them no good. Come on, do his... Oh my god, I cannot believe I stuck with his basic this long. It makes me wonder if some of these would have went a little differently if I would have started with the special. I assume not, but you never know because I didn't do it that way. Once again, I think she just lacks the focus number to get rid of buffs on Blob. Yeah, because he keeps getting slow every time he does this special, or his basic. Sorry, Falcon is what I'm talking about. Watching this back, kind of like see some things that you didn't realize at the time you were doing it. I probably should have done this as I was trying to clear it. Might have given myself some helpful tips. Yep, there you go. They target the middle with Negasonic, so my plan of putting the squishier characters on one side is not working out in my favor. Negasonic here, I'm afraid of the retaliation, so I don't use her special that I'd spent that T4 in yet that I've yet to use. Yeah, I kind of realized that I'm trying to go with the character that doesn't get the retaliation. Here we go. Finally got the speed up that I wanted, that I've been planning on, but you guys can pretty much see the life. It doesn't think it really works out for me in the end. Once again, trying to attack a character that doesn't get the retaliation. Trying to keep Black Bolt up until he can do his ult. Gonna get a double tap on Blob. Alright, now I'm going to use a special. Let's see if she clears positive effects. Okay, so she does clear positive effects for more than just the middle target. Because see, again, the blobs resisted, and she did clear all the ones off Toad. So like I said, it's just, I think her focus is lax. I don't really know, because I take time to look into the numbers, and I'm not going to take time to look into the numbers right now. You guys can probably let me know down in the comments down below, but it seems like she lacks focus. Alright guys, I'm going to take back what I said about the gold earlier, because apparently I did not spend all my gold. because you're going to see me here add a level to Falcon, just trying to help sustainability. Not really doing it for his damage, just trying to help him stay alive. Looks like I'm going to take a look at the rest of my blasters, doing a filter here for him. Now I'm going to eye up Crystal. And it looks like I'm going to be adding level 3 to Crystal. And this is probably a big waste at the current moment, because I add level 3 to Raider for her, and I know that's not what she's going to be when it's all said and done. You know, since I know what the end result is. Anyways, taking a look again. Probably debating if I want to spend 100 cores, but I ultimately decided not to. Probably a good decision. I never actually refreshed the store before. This is the first time I ever did it. I feel like I was this close to clearing over and over again, and I really just felt like at that point that if I could just get another red star on Falcon, it would make the difference. We are in again for another miserable attempt. Not much change. Falcon's down. Moving on to the next attempt. All right, next attempt. My actual collection power is up to 382 at this point with this team. Yeah. Come on, Falcon, open up the rate. Nope, basic again. See, I don't know why I didn't realize that every time I do that, he gets slow. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that, because it happens every single retaliation, and it happens almost every single match I played at this point. So watching it back really is frustrating to me. Oh, you can hear him eyeing up to do something a little different. Ultimately, I do the safe move. I can't promise you guys I never did touch that ultimate. Only time will tell if I did or didn't. And there goes that big AoE splash damage, and everyone's gone except for Black Bolt and Ultron because they have offense up. You gotta get those offense up blobs. You might as well restart if you can. Alright guys, you can see me checking my milestones here for the high roller milestone, because I want to make sure I don't max it. So you can see me checking it out there to make sure that I'm safe to add another level to a character if I want to. You guys can hear me checking out Blob. I'm trying to understand his passive and how he's currently working, because I don't really have the deep understanding Blob because I don't have him built up myself. So you can see me doing some research here. I highly recommend this if you don't understand what your opponent's doing, like character wise. Go in and try to figure it out. And this is where I start figuring out that that these retaliations not 100%, it's actually percentage based, and other good information that I did not know up until this point. I'm looking everyone over, scratching my head, checking the milestones out one more time, and then pulling a trigger to put another level on Falcon, actually 2 levels. The thing with the levels, in case you guys don't know, at level 71 and level 74 is when you get the biggest jump to focus and resistance. So you can see me go straight to level 74 with Falcon and don't even play around with level 73. And you can see me checking my milestones again to make sure that if I divest any more gold before the reset, that I'm not going to go over. I am now at 384 collection power with these 5 tunes. We are in again. Will that level increase affect Falcon at all? Or is he still squishy and fall down? Don't do the basic. Don't do the basic. Come on. Do the special. Do the special. No, you idiot. I know I'm the idiot. Not much life left and was slow. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that was just a terrible decision. Like, I know what the strategy in my head was, but I don't know how I didn't recognize that. Got the double tap on Blob, but he remains with offense up, so it's pretty much GG, especially since War Machine just took out Falcon. And now you guys start seeing me eyeing up his abilities, highly considering T4ing something, and it looks like I am actually going to MT4 his special. Even though I haven't used it up to this point, I T4'd anyways. Now, you guys didn't deal on the side, as I did do some research on some of these characters to see recommended T4s to make sure that I'm not recklessly applying them, but obviously putting the two together. Need them, investigated, is it worth it or not, and then put them on. I highly recommend looking up recommended T4s to make sure your thought process aligns up with other people's thought processes are, but at the end of the day, you always need to do what's best for you. And hopefully what you think is best for you is not a terrible idea. All right, loading in here again for another disappointment. I better use that special. Come on, Falcon, don't let me down. There you go. There you go. I know it's not gonna make a difference on this run, but I'm just glad you're doing the right thing. I love how I'm coaching like it's Falcon's decision. Alright, yep. It doesn't matter if they hit the retaliation on Crystal early because she gets that automatic heal on herself if she drops below 50% health and she clears that debuff. There you can see me go with the Negasonic ultimate. Just curious to see what it would do. Only person applied heal block on was Groot, so a failure overall in my opinion. I don't know if I tried any more of that. I remember trying it, but I don't know if I tried any more after that. Kind of just, actually you might see me try it again because I do kind of get angry sometimes. Like, I'd be surprised you guys don't see me use Crystal Special in the opening move at some point. Alright, here we go again. Does she clear any positive effects? She does. She actually clears both offense up on both blobs. That's actually huge, but unfortunately retaliation took her down. But if that could happen and she could stand up, that is huge. I don't think we're getting very far on this one. There goes the quit. Alright, loading in for some more frustration battling. Well, I'm just waiting to see how this one plays out, if I do a bunch of AoEs or not. Starts with Falcon, hits my weakest characters. Way to go, Toad. Getting that speed up, get plenty of turns in. Always resisting that clearing positive effect. And I get the taunt off, but he keeps the offense up. Not a good sign. The other thing I'm trying with Crystal's basic is trying to get a slow placed on them. It doesn't work out so well sometimes. I believe it's slow. Maybe you bleed. I don't know. I'm losing it at this point. There we go. Not the right effect. And there you can see the effect of a non-boosted Black Bolt ult. Not pretty. Alright, in with another match. He starts in the middle but goes to the weak side. Go figure. Kicking off with the special. There we go. I knew it was going to, sooner or later I was going to pull an AoE trigger because I remember getting frustrated. And I figured, oh, what's the worst that can happen? She did get a lot of targets marked. I have to give her that. And you can see Negasonic being a sitting duck there in the middle. There she goes. And there goes Crystal and almost Falcon. He kind of did a little blocking there. I did get a blob down at this point, but the other Toad that drops down is pretty much GG. Because he's going to open up, I don't know what it is, a special or his ult that he starts with, but it does a lot of damage and it removes positive effects, which is never a good thing. And there he goes. And he's got offense up when he does it. But you see, it removes the offense up on Black Bolt. Pretty much over. GG. Moving on. Back to my roster. Checking it out. Seeing if there's something I can do. I know I don't put level 5 on him, but it looks like I'm switching from Fortifier to Healer. Maybe? Yes, I do. Yeah, at this point, I put Healer on Falcon, and I believe that's where he stays as Healer. As the Fortifier just didn't seem like it was doing much for me. Now Ultron's already healer class, but looks like I'm just going to add to his stats here by putting level 3 on him. Like I say, guys, this is the rabbit hole for me. This is how committed I get when I think I can clear content. I go further and further down the rabbit hole. And trust me, you're going to see me get even further down this rabbit hole. Now I'm eyeing up Crystal. Currently I have her as a raider, but like I said, I don't need her marking targets when I already have Negasonic doing it for Black Bolt, and Black Bolt's not going to be able to hit more than what Negasonic's already marking, so it made sense to switch her to healer. So now I have 3 healers, a striker, and a skirmisher, and I believe that's where they stand. I don't know if I add another star level to Crystal. Where did I leave her at? Alright, that is where I left her at. I couldn't remember if I added a 4th to her or not, but I believe that's the ISOs they're going to end with. The screen flew by so fast that I couldn't look at the difference of how much total collection power this team now has. We'll see. But anyways, let's see if having those healers make a difference on this run. And I go back to open up this basic. The one thing I noticed there is that Crystal did not have to heal herself on her first turn, which is a difference compared to what we've been seeing up to this point. Double tap of Black Bolt is not going to move the offense up. It's pretty much GG at that point. I don't learn my lesson and just quit, but you probably should if you're in this position. But it does look good, right? Everyone's got full health. It does look good at this point. But like I said, once they do that splash move right there, it's not too long after that. Now, Crystal should be able to heal herself. She did. She must have healed herself somewhere else. But you see Falcon and Crystal both went down. And, yep, not much I can do about it. Alright, you see the total collection power is up at 387. Yeah, that number that someone reported this as, I just don't see how it's doable. Alright, now this attempt looks like it's going more in my favor. The blob has both got his taunt and his offense up removed. Just one left. Falcon's hanging on by a hair. Like I said, War Machine does, like War Machine Killmonger, they will not do a lot of damage. They're there more for annoyance than anything else. And we don't get the steal. Like, the idea is to try to do everything you can to get that last offensive up off of that blob. It improves your odds of surviving the AoE splash damage moves. I probably should have did the basic there. They tanked the first bit. That one, they tanked that one too. Oh, Falcon went down. Where did Falcon go down at? I must have missed that one. Now the offense up's down. Not much life left on that blob. He is out. Get that Toad. Toad is not a good thing, because right now I have offense up on Black Bolt, but that Toad dropping down can possibly remove it from him. Drop more bots. I think it's the first time I was able to drop down a second set of bots. But like I said, Falcon's already down, so it's not going to make a difference in trying to 3-star it this time around. I wonder if this is, I know it might be, I know some of these rounds I push forward and, you know, just go ahead and clear it to get the rewards. There's the AoE with offense up. And that's going to take care of most of my problems. So after this attempt, I think this is one of my last attempts this day, I realized that I just need more red stars on my Falcon for him to survive. So, like I said, this is Wednesday, day of the patch. I decided that I'm just going to take my losses and try to get another red star on Falcon and try again in 3 days on Saturday. But before we do, I guess I'm going to try another attempt. I do have one left. I don't know if I clear her or not. I can't remember if I just settle for tier 11 or not. Yeah, for some reason I didn't call down the bots there. That was probably a terrible move. And so far in this match, other than Falcon already being down, it's going pretty well. They're keeping everything balanced until Black Bolt can ult. And there goes the ult from Black Bolt. Like I said, this one was a pretty good RNG round. The taunts came off, the offense ups came off. And that last Toad didn't drop until it was done, which allows me to target him out. And since there's no blobs, I go ahead and I'm comfortable with the AoE. And hopefully this clears out this blob before he can do his big massive jump to jump to jump. And there we go, another clear, but once again, not the 3-star. So let's check this out 3 days later. Alright guys, new day. Like I said, I know in between the last cut and this cut, Falcon now has 4 red stars. My total collection power is 395. And jumping into it and see if we have any difference at all in this first run. Of course, Toad always picking the most optimal route to do the most damage. Going to hit that speed up. Got the mark on blob. Going to get a double tap. Got the offense up, off, but he could not clear that taunt. So that is trouble. Big difference in that damage with the offense up and not having that offense up. I'm going to try to get to clear the another way by using the special of Negasonic. And I do not clear the offense up on the other blob. Going to try to clear it one more time. He resisted. Not much I can do. And trying to clear it again, but no cigar. And Negasonics out. I'm quitting right away. Just some bad RNG. I know, like I said, and I said at the beginning of this, guys, you really do need some RNG to go your way to clear this at the lower investment power. All right, going right back in. Nothing changed because, like I said, I knew the RNG was just bad. I couldn't get the offense up off of them. And I know it's possible to get it off of them. It's just a matter of, like I said, you get that correct RNG. Go and hit the double tap on blob again. This time the offense up came down. Just have to get the offense up off the other one. And unfortunately, enough damage was done. Falcon won out. Moving on. Anyone out there with a beefy Falcon, you're lucky in this one. That's all I gotta say. Falcon cost me so many of these battles by going down. Alright, time for the double tap. Offense up and taunt. Both went off on the very first tap. Let's see if we can get the other offense off. Other offense up off of blob. And there's also another trick that I learned. So you guys see me there. I attacked the blob with Falcon that had the offense up. I later learned that it's not a good idea for your weaker characters to attack the blob with the offense up if they have a choice. I should have switched the other blob and did it there to protect his life. But I do eventually have offense off of both blobs. So this is a good spot. Everyone's still alive. I got 3 tunes with the healer class, so hopefully Falcon gets another turn to apply those heals to himself, and maybe we can clear it this turn. You know, we'll find out. There we go. Ultron got rid of that taunt. I don't know why you can't do that for offense ups. And Toad's going after my weaker characters, and the double blob splash calls GG on Falcon. All right, jumping back in. I do feel pretty confident that I'm on the right track. All right, let's see if we can make some good choices in this one. Bad choice to start out. We used the basic. His life is already pretty much down. Ooh, I don't know if he can come back from that. I still, like I said, I don't understand how I didn't recognize that a long time ago. There we go. Smart move. And got rid of the offense up. That's a good move. That is like a nail-biting, buzzer-beating move. Unfortunately, I don't think I win here, but you guys can see getting those offense up off of those blobs, it should be your #1 priority in this node. And Negasonic can't survive. Even though everything went perfectly smooth, Negasonic still went down, so that obviously that's something that I need to address. So you guys can see me here in this very next one, starting to switch up the lineup by putting Negasonic on the end and putting Ultron and Black Bolt in somewhere that if they get the splash damage moves, well, they're more likely to get the splash damage moves, where Negasonic could be least likely to get hit by splash damage. And ultimately, sometimes this RNG comes down to, it does blob retaliate or not when you hit him. Obviously, it doesn't retaliate, the better your odds are. If it retaliates, your odds start to drop pretty drastically. There we go. Good move. The speed up. Hopefully I do that from here on out. Oh, he did very little damage to Crystal in that one. I don't know why or how, but not very much. Get the mark, which is guaranteed. Double tap. And we got the offense up off, but we did not remove the taunt, which is a bad thing. I'm going to try again with Negasonic Special to try to get the offense, I think, offense up off of the second blob. Like I said, we know it's not guaranteed. Oh, nope, I did the basic. I chose against it for some odd reason. And still can't remove the taunt. And on the double tap, the taunt goes off, but so does the blob, which means the Toad should be falling here. Which is not a good thing because I won't be able to get to him, and then he'll do his chain and remove a bunch of positive effects. Alright, Ultron went down, but he revives. I'm going to try to remove the offense up by using Negasonic Special. I do get it removed. At this point, for the first time in a while, I have to worry about Ultron going down. And unfortunately, Ultron does bite the dust. Go figure. And I'm doing his ult with offense down. Oh man, yeah, look at that. They're all just laughing at me. Alright, obviously I just felt like I got some bad RNG. I jumped back into it with no changes. Alright, going for the double tap. And it's going to be a bad day because not only does he still have taunt, he also still has offense up. And my stubborn self does not quit. I'll catch you guys at the end of this battle. And as the Great One predicted, this one was ending in defeat. Now I do remember getting very frustrated at this point because I've invested in so much in these characters and I just can't get it to go my way. Like what someone said they clear this as, and the fact that I keep adding more and more CP to these characters and I can't clear it frustrates me. Like I said in a recent video, there's one thing I don't like, and that's just being lied to. And at this point, I'm thinking someone just lied just to have their name attached to something that looks impressive. We got the taps. He no longer has the offense up, but he does have the taunt. So it does make it very difficult. It's still not impossible at this point. It's just very difficult because right now what I have to rely on is Negasonic Special to clear the offense up on the other blob and hopefully not to get retaliated, which I do. I do get one retaliation and I only got one, so that's good. Plenty of life still on Negasonic. She's not in the threat of going down, so we are in a good shape. So with this team, it's not all it's not like a end all be all if you don't go perfectly to plan. But obviously, you don't want to have to leave it up to Negasonic's, splash damage move because she runs the risk of being retaliated against. One blob down, which does present a problem with Toad coming, just because the other blob puts the taunt up, which if you could target that Toad down, you'd be golden, but you can't target him with the taunt up on blob. Now taunt's gone on blob, so now I'm going to target Toad. Like I said, this is the one you don't want to go. He'll remove positive effects, and yeah, you just see right there, he removed somebody. It's pretty much over at that point. And that's the difficult part, is trying not to let anyone go down until you can ult with Black Bolt, or time the moves right when that Toad drops down. You're gonna ult with Black Bolt. All right, you guys can tell I'm getting frustrated. I'm going to my roster. You see me now looking at Crystal, looking at ISOs, not pulling the trigger yet on anything. Going to the Red Star store. I'm about ready to put level 5 on somebody. I'm going to refresh because I'm that obsessed with beating this thing. Like I said, guys, this is the madness. You can see me. Oh, I see the 6-star Negasonic, but my Negasonic's not even 6 gold stars yet, so I know that's a waste. Yeah, like I said, this is the madness of me. I hesitate. I don't think I'm going to spend I do spend the 100. You can tell I've lost my mind. I've never refreshed one of these stores again in my life, and I'm like going crazy trying to clear this. Because Crystal's at 4. If I could get a 5th star on her, that'd be great. Here you go. You're going to start me deep diving into gear tiering 13 these characters, which would be a complete waste in my opinion at this point. But I am that frustrated at this point that I start looking into upgrading these characters to tier 13, which is Crystal, Negasonic, and Falcon. Ultron's already gear tier 13 and Black Bolt's already gear tier 14. And so I apply another level to Crystal. Level 72 doesn't do a whole lot. Does add some stats, but doesn't do a whole lot. Like I said, level 71 and level 74 are where the big boosts are. Looking into him, looking into Negasonic, I can see that they all can be upgraded to gear tier 13 at this point. I'll kind of just take a look at their superiors and make sure that if I would upgrade them to gear tier 13, it wouldn't affect anyone that I have current plans of taking to gear tier 15, which is a whole entire separate issue. So I added just one more level to Crystal and going to try my luck at 396,000 CP. All right, Toad only got 2 of them. That's actually not bad. When he hits 4 of them, then it's doesn't do a ton of damage, but it is annoying. And since it's turn 1, there's nothing for him to remove. Getting the speed up there. Got an extra bleed and a slow on blob. Got the double debuff. All right, gonna get the mark. Get the double tap. Offense up is gone. Tap one more time, and that's about it. He's still got that taunt, which is not good. Now I need to rely on Negasonic to clear the taunt and the offense up on the other blob. And for some reason, I went with her AoE there, knowing I was going to get smacked up at the other blob, but I also knew I had to heal. That's something I became more aware of as time went on, that I had that heal on Crystal. All right, hit the special, and I got the offense up, down. The taunt's still up, but it's not bad because there is no offense up at this point, so I can live with the taunt on the other blob. Like I said, guys, I feel like I'm very close to clearing this, and this is the main reason what drives me to keep going just a little bit more. Just seeing the little slight improvements as time goes on. The dangerous part now is that I realize that this blob's probably going to go down, and I'm going to get the other toad up pretty early, which is going to allow him to get rid of all my positive effects. Even though now looking at the screen, I do realize that my Black Bolt doesn't have offense up, so it doesn't really matter, but I think I'm going to quit because Falcon and Crystal are both already down. Alright, doing some character flopping. I'm putting Negasonic beside Falcon, Crystal on the end. Like I said, I'm just trying to find the good placement of the characters that are able to tank some hits. And hopefully RNG targets them and not the ones on the outside ends where the odds are a little bit less. But like I said, I don't know what the target is. Like, they target certain characters over certain other characters depending on damage stats and stuff like that. Alright, loading in. Defeat the enemies to win. If only it was that easy. Yep, I know I have no choice but to use her special, and the offense up on the blob that does retaliate, and then the other one comes, it's over. Alright, jumping back in again. There was a break between the last battle and this battle. I had something to do, so jump into it. Alright, jumping into it here. Seeing if I can get some good RNG. You guys need good RNG. There's just no way around this one until you're able to overpower yourself at level 80. Falcon's not in a good spot already to start. Neither is Crystal. She got hit but didn't drop below 50%, which means she didn't heal herself. And I don't know why I didn't start with his speed up. Tap once, tap twice. He's still got the offense up. I don't think there's a way around it. Once again, now we're relying on Negasonics, and Negasonic is stunned. Yeah, this one's GG, guys. This one is some of the worst RNG you can get. Alright, we're jumping in again. No changes because I'm crazy. And I got upset that I got bad RNG. So here we go. I love how Crystal took that hit and didn't move at all. Alright, speed up. That is the correct move. I don't know why I always keep flip-flopping. I mean, going back when I realized it's the best move, but then I was just trying to like test things out. Crystal gets the bleed and the slow on blob, which is good because it actually slows down him getting that AoE splash damage off when he gets that slow also. It buys you valuable time. We're gonna get the marked, get the double tap. Nothing on the first tap, second tap. He's still got the taunt, no longer has the offense up, so now we're back down to needing Negasonic to clear. And Negasonic does not clear the taunt, and does not clear the offense up on the other target. That is GG. Doesn't matter how you splice it, you're gonna get knocked out. Alright guys, I'm like, you can tell I'm just frustrated at this point because I thought this would be the day that I clear. Wasting no time, I'm putting level 72 on Negasonic. Let's see where I'm going to stop. Like I said, a little bit of a stat gain. The biggest stat gains come from level 71, 74. I'll say it again. I'm looking at my gold situation. How much more can I spend? I realize I can still spend over $1 million. So I'm going to push it up to 73. I'm taking Crystal up to level 73 also. Like I said, I'm just trying to add to that sustainability. Collecting my milestones, checking out my total number. But I'm going to jump back in at 400 CP, guys. Now, this is the round that I get the 3-star on this challenge. I'm going to try to do my best to call this as it goes. So first, we're going to start off of, hopefully, Falcon Special, which I do believe I do. Toad takes the strong side with Ultron and Black Bolt hits. Gonna get the speed up here. So basic with Crystal, we're gonna get the slow on Blob, which is good. Like I said, it slows him down from his turns of getting that splash damage move. Gonna get him marked with Negasonic. And we're gonna get the double tap with Black Bolt. First tap doesn't remove anything. Second tap gets rid of the taunt and offense up. So that's good. We can move on to the second blob. Now here's where I made the smart move and did Falcon's basic to the second blob and not the blob with the offense up. Same thing with Crystal. My more switchier characters attacking the blob that doesn't have the offense up for the retaliation damage. And then I'm going to do Negasonic's splash move, trying to get rid of that offense up. I failed to get rid of it, but no retaliation. So that is good RNG right there. Ultron avoiding that blob with the offense up until Black Bolt can go. Now I have a pool of whoever I want to attack with. I don't know why I'm taking the time with this, because I'm just going to use his special move. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing turn rewind. All right, Ultron's up. I'm going to try to steal the offense ups. Couldn't clear him though. All right, there's the splash. We did survive it. Crystal healed herself. Black Bolt's a little bit more tankier because he is gear tier 14. I did do his, I believe I did his, did I do a special there? Let me rewind that a little bit. Yes, I did do a special for more damage, and I knew I was going to get the second tap to clear the offense up, which happens. So I know I'm on a good track. The other blob now has the taunt, so I now have to pay attention to that. We're going to go ahead and mark that blob. Actually, it's not a bad thing, because it's going to prevent me from knocking down the blob that already has low life. Once again, trying to keep him balanced until I can ult with Black Bolt. And Black Bolt having offense up is key too. I'm going for the AoE. I'm getting brave. Falcon has full life. There's no offense up, so I get a little brave and do his ult. I want to make sure that all the targets go down when I ult with Black Bolt. That could have cost me, but it ultimately doesn't. But that could have been a stupid move. Crystal with low life. I'm going to take the safe bet. Shield security. And like I said, tagging shield security, I know it's the safe move. Toad does a lot of damage there. I know Ultron gets a revive, so I'm not too worried about him. And there's the revive from Ultron. Right now I'm just praying that Falcon doesn't go down. There we go. We got the clear taunt on shield security. Negasonic's up with almost full life, so I'm probably going to feel a little bit confident here. Yep. I'm not targeting the blob, trying to target the Toad, even though it's AoE. No retaliation. You guys can see RNG is your friend on this in this node. There we go. Go for the Toad, but I know Black Bolt's getting ready to ult with the Toad dropping. Like I said, I'm feeling a little. I don't know if I'm feeling that cocky to use her AoE. It seems reckless if I use her AoE. There we go. Yeah, do the safe move. You do not want that retaliation damage. There's the AoE from Black Bolt. This should be pretty much GG at this point. And I'm pretty sure it is. They all going down. Toad didn't go down. I debate on what doing here. He doesn't go down with his basics, so I feel like I might have screwed up. But he attacks Black Bolt. Black Bolt stands. He does attack Crystal too. No one goes down, so now I feel more confident. Any move I wanted to use, I probably should have done his ult just to make sure, but I did his basic, and there is the 3-star, guys. Like I said, you will not clear this without a little bit of RNG luck, unless you completely overpower it, and no one's going to overpower this until you're able to hit level 80. So guys, if you enjoyed this madness, why am I going back into it? I'm asking for punishment. Give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss any future videos I do to show you guys the madness that is Mr. Free to Play, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Hulk smash.